get away from anywhere or go
Ah,
to anything in particular?
everybody's wanting to stay away from Grackelstug as of the last several months. And, as he says that, Bupito kind of, his eyes are looking, oh, shit. And he says, what is happening at Grackelstug? And Oddup, he says, there's a very heavy bout of illness that is engulfing the population with madness, and it has created huge civil wars within Grackelstug. Even the great king, has no control over Grackelstug anymore. He's very, very bad in Grackelstug. Duergar sending armies to try to fix things, but it just seems that there are just too many people sick. They're going crazy, and he kind of does a circle around his ear. They're going crazy in Grackelstug, and the same thing happening also in Blinkingstone. With the Smurflaplin. I'm glad I'm not there. Seems like the cities are suffering. And even word that Menzel Baronson, the Drows, the Dark Elves, they are suffering from this madness as well. Seems like the demons and the devils are coming up from the elemental chaos, and it is just making everyone go mad in the Underdark.
Well, guys,
But I take you wherever you want to go. I'm not picky for work. I do not know. I used to know a way, but the way that I've known is actually one of the places that I would like your services for. You all seem like sturdy adventurers, and why are you doing down here in the Underdark in the first place? You are surface dwellers.
That's a long story we'd like to not foretold.
I have all the time in the world, my friend. Enlighten me.
Well, we don't. So, is there anyway? What did you need our help with? We'll help you if you help us.
You scratch my back and I scratch yours. I like that. I have a couple of locations that my brother and I, we used to do quite a bit of, not only as, I guess you could say pilots. We would pilot around the Underdark and take adventurers, just surface dwellers like yourself, and another Duergar and Drow, and we were hired for. Anyway, that's another story. We used to do a lot of adventuring together, but when my brother's airship went down, I kind of lost the interest, and plus, he was the better fighter. But I do have a couple locations that I would like to, one location. Hey, I got a story for you. Quite a few years ago, my brother and I, we were being traced by some drow. And we knew that we were going to be captured, but we escaped anyway. So before we were captured, we hid all of our gear. And I would like to go back to a certain temple that has our gear. Well, my gear, not sure if my brother ever went back for his, but I do have some gear that is hidden in a temple that I would like to go back and get. It was hidden in an old fountain. It was kind of funny. And then I'd also like to, speaking about the exit that I knew of, going to the surface. There was an old tomb. And this tomb, it was on the outskirts of this entrance to the Underdark. And there was an earthquake on the surface, and the earthquake actually made the ground move so much that it pushed the temple into the Underdark, and it fell miles down below. And the last time that I tried to get to the surface was blocked. But I remember this temple. The temple was on the surface before. So I know. I would like to go to that place too, and I would like to have your help. And then, this is the best part. See, have you ever heard of hooked horrors?
Not familiar with those.
These creatures are hideous. Well, there's a very special call, because this is the season that the hooked horrors they mate, and their eggs are worth quite a bit of money to the Duergar. So I know of a particular nest that I would like to get some hooked horror eggs, and that is what I would charge you to take you to the location that you need to go to. You said you needed to go to a couple locations?
Yeah, we were thinking about it.
And where would you like to go? Let me guess. Blindenstone and Grackelstug. Those are the places you probably want to go, right?
Along with Neverlight Glow.
Oh, Neverlight Grove, we could go there first. That would be easiest. And then maybe time we get there, maybe King and Duergar curb Grackelstug, or maybe the Sir of Neblin tame Blindenstone. Yes, that sounds good. We go to Neverlight first.
Is that
Probably
okay with
quickest.
Vito and the twins?
Yeah, they're cool with it. Whatever everybody else wants to do.
Where exactly is this bolt and your gear that you're wanting to go to?
It's on the way. All 3 spots are on the way. All 3. It's not hooked horrors, guys. Hooked horrors. You guys are crazy.
I'm on board, guys.
I kind of pull a Morven, Al, Edith, pretty much the group together so we can have a group discussion.
So the whole
kinda
place
away.
starts to tilt to one side. No, I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
pretty much. Kind of away from Udolph. I'm like, well, if we do this, we got to do the hook horror thing. That's his charge. But what if we see if he'll split all the other spoils from the temple and all that? Because we're going to have coin to get around other places as well. So the hook horror thing saves our coin for other expenses we'll have. But we might be able to find some coin at the temple, and his gear, if his brother didn't come after his gear, maybe we could take that as well to be able to sell and make more coin.
Well, he had said these things. He had started, like, he mentioned it right after the hook horror thing, but he had said these are the things that, if you help me do these. So I think it's all the things are his. And we can,
What are you talking about over there?
And we can still negotiate. That may not be his final price.
One sec, sir.
What are all you surface dwellers talking about over there?
So,
What secrets
to
are we
understand-
talking about?
Oh, there's no secrets, sir. We just wanted to...
Sure there's secrets. You were over on the other side of the room. I wasn't
We
there.
wanted to make sure we were all on the same page.
Yes. Okay.
So if we help you do these little tasks for you, we'll pay for our passage.
Sure. Absolutely. I asked for no money up front.
Can I?
No gold.
Can I see if he's? Can I tell that he's being forthcoming with us?
Yeah.
Outside
sure,
of normal merchant stuff.
Yeah, he's not looking for any money at all. Not fees or nothing like that. No, he's not looking for any fees. I won't even make you do an insight check. He keeps insisting, I do not want your money. I just want to get something back and some eggs, and I want to explore something. Something that I never explored. We were going to, but then my brother kinda left me. What is your concern? Talk to Oddup.
Oh, we just wanted to make sure that we understood, and that cleared everything up quite nicely.
What do you mean?
Oh, want to make sure that we heard you right. We're thinking that only one of those things would pay for passage.
All three.
Oh.
All three places
We
we
need
go
to know.
to. Yes, we go to a temple, a tomb, and like a big cave system. The cave system that's where the hook horrors are. And I'm not saying hook horrors. I'm saying hooked horrors.
Oh, well, never mind then.
It's his mating season for the hooked horrors. Willie
It's of
and
course, it's always mating season.
Willie and Lynx think I'm saying hooked horrors. Enlightened passion.
You know, with your accent, you have to enunciate a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I look at the other guys and I'm like, kind of nod like it's good for me.
What's your?
Well, heck,
I don't want everything. Is that what you were concerned of?
Yeah, we're thinking maybe, if there's anything found, like maybe you just want your equipment back. If we find your brothers, maybe we can see if we can part it.
All I want back is my plus
Split it
12 Vorpal dagger. That's all I want. No, he
Okay.
he says he just wants he says all I want is my drow dagger back. If I can have my drow dagger, that's all I want. And the eggs and the temple, we split. Because I've never been to I'm sorry. My dagger's at the temple. The eggs are in the caves. And I don't know what's in this tomb. All I remember is seeing it on the surface years and years ago. But the last time I went to leave, the whole passage was blocked, so there's no way that we can get out of here now. But that is some place that me and my brother, we did want to explore. But like I said, poor Pudo, he is gone.
I'm sorry to hear about that.
Well, that sounds like a fair deal to me. I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah.
And
I'm good with it.
I figure I'm taking chance too. And plus, it's business now, and it gives me a chance to get out. And if there's anything cool, if there's anything nice and shiny at this tomb, maybe we will work a deal for it.
Okay.
And after we help you with that, you'll take us to Neverlight Grove and any other else we wanted to go?
Alright, I take you to the Grove, to Blingdenstone, and Gracklestug. I take you to all three.
Sounds good to me.
sounds good to me too.
Let me get my things and we'll be off. This only needs about...
So, Dave,
Mhm.
Dave, I just had a question. When you were saying it was 20 days or whatever, was that across the lake, or was that like if we were to walk around?
if
it,
you were to
would take
walk.
long?
Yeah, if you were to
Okay.
walk, yeah.
So, like, how many days?
Like I was
would
saying,
it be,
normal
like, to
traveling
go-
pace. Well, this would be like probably a super fast traveling place. So I would say it'd
Okay.
probably only take about 4 or 5 days to get to Blingdenstone.
Okay, I was just thinking if I need to forage up enough food for the trip, or if what we have on us would be probably plenty if it's only 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, it'd take about 4 or 5 days to get to any of those locations. So.
All right.
But the first location, which is the oozing temple, he says that's only like a couple days out.
All right.
So you guys actually have a ride. That's pretty nice. Topsy and Turvy, they're pretty ecstatic about it. Stool, he's kind of hopping up and down. Burper, burper, burper. Bepido, he's happy. He doesn't like hearing about, he's not too happy about hearing about how Gracklestug is, been raving with this illness of madness that's been spreading around.
That's kind of why I was asking, if it's okay with him that we delay going to Gracklestug, or does he want to get there and figure out what's going on?
He's okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's okay with it. He just doesn't, he just doesn't, he's like you guys. You know, he wants to get the hell out of this area too. And Gracklestug's where he's familiar with, but I mean, if Gracklestug's having problems, he may go to Blingenstone. He doesn't know yet. So, all right. So everybody gets packed up. You guys are on board of the Midnight Raven. And the Midnight Raven's pretty quick. It's not... I'll be honest with you. The Midnight Raven isn't the prettiest boat. And it's got all kinds of patches on the balloon. You know, you could see all these stitched patches, and every so often, you know, it seems like you're losing altitude a little bit. But Oddup goes back and starts to use this sort of like a sitting device where he sits on and pedals with his feet and his arms, and it starts to pump air, and it pumps this magical air back into the balloon. So he's got a pretty good operation going by himself. So you guys are traveling for 2 days for your first destination, and he calls it the temple. And this temple it's an old ancient site, and he needs to recover his dagger that he had left here, you know, many years ago. You know, he told you the story back at his office that he and his brother were being chased by drow. They were cornered. They knew they were going to be captured, so he basically ditched all of his gear in a sort of like in a this fountain that was in a temple, and then they were captured. And then he said that he and his brother later escaped. Didn't say where he escaped from, but possibly Velkenvelv. But he had never had gotten back to the temple to recover his dagger. So you guys are coming up on approach on this temple, and you guys are starting to lose altitude. You know, he's actually literally letting air out of the balloon so it descends down. And as you guys are approaching, you can start to see that there are stalagmites and stalactites. Actually, he almost hits one as he's landing it, and then it kind of rubs against the balloon, the side of the stalagmite, and kind of pushes the balloon a little bit. Everybody kind of sways, sort of a tense moment there, but you eventually get down on the ground. And he's gonna go in there with you. But, you know, topsy-turvy, everybody else, they're going to stay. So it's just going to basically be you four, and it's going to be Oddup. He's going to be going in also. So I'm just going to basically be using, I'll be using Topsy. In fact, I'm just going to rename him Oddup real quick. Okay. So it's going to be those four that are going to be joining you. Well, that one joining you four. So yeah, we'll have a total of 5 people. And then also the bard Kira, she's not feeling so well, so she's going to stay on the. She's still suffering from these ailments of when she was knocked unconscious during that last battle with the Kuatoa. So she's going to get a little bit of rest. She's going to stay on the ship. Make sure everything's A-okay. All right,
We'll
so
have a total party of 4.
you'll have a party of 5. Yep.
Yeah, 5.
No,
Okay.
I don't think you won't have any healing, nothing like that, but you'll be okay. So you guys are at the temple, and this temple is a sort of like a ziggurat type of temple. You can definitely tell that it has multiple layers, probably 3 levels, and it's very old. It's kind of tilted. It's sort of like sunk. It's very muddy in this area. So it's sort of one of the sides is sort of sunken into the mud a couple feet. So you can tell that it's not perfectly even. It's kind of sitting at an angle. And there's a very viney, grassy, lot of roots overgrowth this entrance, and and it is pitch black. So this entering chamber, as Oddup leads you to the chamber, he says, "Oh, it's complete dark in here." So you cut away the roots, cut away all of the growth, the vines, and it's nothing but a pitch black entrance. And you can smell musk, very, very damp, sort of like a smell of mildew. So what say you guys?
Brother Echo lights a torch.
Sure.
He draws he lights the torch. He pulls out one of his torch, kind of closes his eyes to focus, and then he uses like his element attunement to light the torch.
What's up, Sir Venom? What's up,
quickly
man?
light it, and then he draws his short sword and lets his eyes adjust to the new bright light that came off his torch.
All right. Sure. Yeah, so you're going to be taking point then?
I don't think element attunement, my element attunement, I don't think costs me a point.
I mean, you're going to be
leading.
running point. You're going to be running
yeah,
in the front? Okay, sure.
I guess I will, yeah.
All right. So I'm going to give you guys a new map. Yes, we're going to have a map. Oh, yeah. Alright, here we go. Alright, you're coming in from this way. I'm also going to make you guys some tokens for next week. I'm going to make them rounded. Oh, and in fact I'm going to get rid of all these tokens. Sorry about that. I already did. I don't know what the heck I was thinking, but there you go. Everybody is in here. Oddup's with you. And here we go. So you guys are in this very dark entrance, and you light your torch, Echo, and you put it in front of you. It goes out. I think a torch goes out 40 feet, 20 bright, 20 dim. And this place doesn't have a lot of air, because when you're traveling through this, the torch isn't burning as brightly as it normally would, and the air's kind of stale, and the air's a little thin, and you're making your way down this pit, sort of like this very small 10-foot wide passage. And as you start to move your way in, about halfway down, as you guys move about halfway down, things start to shift a little bit. The whole temple feels like it's caving in, and everything rumbles and grumbles, and all of a sudden there's a cave in. Now I want everybody to do a dexterity saving throw, as the temple starts to rumble. All right, let me do a dexterity saving throw also. All right. So let's see. I'm going to take 6 damage. I'm going to take a 1d6 damage for Oddup. So you guys are going to get hit with a little bit of, if you don't have a 13 or higher. So Edith, you're going to get hit with 3 points of bludgeoning damage. Oddup's hit. Brother Echo, you're able to get out of the way. Al, you're able to. Morvine, good saving throws. Yeah, you guys are all fine. So Oddup and Edith both take a little bit of bludgeoning damage.
Of course, the dwarf couldn't get out of the way.
Yeah,
And the mountain dwarf at that.
her
Just
beard
wanted to
got
hug the
tangled.
rocks.
So now, as you guys kind of look behind you, the entrance is sealed. It's caved in.
Of course it is.
Oh, it definitely. I miss playing with Velcor. Velcor's like, of course it is. I love it.
Hey, Dave, in all that commotion, I want to make sure I have my weapons out at ready.
Okay, so a sort of like a hole in the wall opens up on the northern side. So as you're looking at the northern wall, you know, and the torch is pretty dim. So instead of a bright light, you're actually in dim light because of the lack of air. And now that you're not by the entrance, now you really have to worry about this. And you can also hear, well, everybody give me a perception check first. What's up, preacher? Of course it does. Okay, so both Morvine and Al, both of you can hear in this new passage that's to the north. You can hear a very constant, seems like a very constant flow of water, and it sounds like water is definitely running somewhere. And you can start to hear, you can start to see that water's dripping from the ceiling as well. So what do you guys think?
Can we see that the water, is the water that's dripping, is it making any
It's
like
making puddles,
rumbles and rivets?
Yeah,
I
sure.
was
yeah.
wondering if it was like all kind of moving in one direction or anything like that, or if it's just kind of.
Yeah, from where you're at, yeah, you can't see the water moving.
Oh, we just okay.
You can
right,
hear it. It's actually pretty loud.
Okay.
Well, the echo kind of turns to the group and goes, we can only go forward from here.
Yep.
So Edith takes out her weapon center. All right, well then, let's do this before we
Everybody's taking their
attacked
weapons
again
out. All
by
right.
the rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this passage to the north, it opens up into about a 15-foot wide chamber, and it's sort of descending down, sort of like a ramp, not steep or anything, but you can see that it does descend down. So who doesn't have dark vision?
I
Well,
think
the
it's
echo,
just echo.
All right. Yeah, your torch is out about 10 foot bright and then 10 foot dark because of the lack of air. Now, down here towards as you guys are entering the room a little bit more, you start to see that there is like a very, very, very light trickle of water that seems like it's flowing.
Al,
That
you
was
want
in
to kind
which
of take
direction?
point?
Yeah, I can do that.
It seems like this water is kind of flowing in a leftward. You notice that, Morvine. The water's kind of flowing to the left because you were looking for that up there, and I'm sure you'd probably still be looking for it here. So you can see that it's probably about an inch. It's nothing, maybe an inch or two.
Yeah, I've played too much WoW, so I'm just thinking Sunken Temple right now.
Oh, wow.
Well, what do you guys think? Do y'all want to follow where the water's going, or do we want to try to head the other direction?
Normally, water flows down, so I want to try to get to the high ground, and hopefully another cave in and we get pushed into a big old pool of water. We kind of want to be higher up than low.
Yeah, and the ceiling's about 10 foot high. 10, 12 foot high, and it's actually finished stone. There's patches. There's finished stone and there's rough rock kind of mixed